Good evening, I'm Ryan Broom with the Saturday, August 19th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story, with the official opening of the region's biggest cultural showpiece over 24 hours away, West Indians from all over the region should converge on the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center today as Carifesta 13 celebrations got underway in earnest with the opening of the Grand Market. Shane Jones was there and he filed this report.
From very early, scores of the region's citizens poured into the LESC to get a glimpse of what was on offer. And from the looks of it, they weren't disappointed. Art, craft, hair products, fashion, jewelry, clothing, cuisine, you name it, and so much more. The LESC was transformed into a West Indian mega shopping mall. The patrons loved it.
I've seen lots of interesting work. Lots of interesting craft, interesting things from Barbados and Haiti and a lot of different countries. And I think it's really fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic. We just saw an artisan from St. Vincent, and he made those lovely paintings or craft from banana leaves. Fantastic. So we just got in, so we think we'll see a lot more interesting things.
The craft, they're beautiful. This is from Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, and it's beautiful so far.
Very impressed with the design so far. A lot of interesting fashion from across the region. I'm very pleased so far with the diversity in other booths. Early days yet, just getting into the meat of things, but I look forward to the next couple of days and exploring what the Caribbean has to offer.
Speaking about design, meet Kimon Baptiste Rose of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The name of my label is called Chemistic Clo. That's short for Chemistic Clothing. The brand, the label carries formal wear such as evening gowns, bridal gowns, graduation gowns. We also do ready-to-wear clothing as well. I'm happy to be here, networking, meeting other designers, other persons in the industry, as well as musicians, etc. It's my first time at Carifesta, so it's really exciting for me.
And the great reviews continued to pour in.
Fashion, and I can't even begin to choose. There's some in the Haitian that I like, there's some from Jamaica, and of course there's Barbados. So I wanted to come early to get a taste of fashion, so I'm not leaving here without a couple of pieces this afternoon, so I'm enjoying myself.
Carifesta ends on August 27th. Shane Jones, CBC News.
And young people weren't left out of Carifesta 13 as they are being afforded their own hub of sorts in the form of a youth village where they can showcase their many talents. The Carifesta Youth Village will be housed at the Barbados Community College until August 26th. The first Carifesta Youth Village was hosted by Guyana back in 2008. Director of Youth Cleviston Hunt sees it as a space where young people can express themselves. The village is open to youth aged 6 to 35 years old and is absolutely free.
They can express themselves creatively, either in the music, in dance, in drama, any of the arts that is appealing to them, things that they like to do. What we are also doing also too is that we have two sections of the village. One is the Carry Time, where we're looking at greening the environment for Carifesta, and the second part of it is a youth talk through the arts. And in the Youth Talk Through the Arts, we are giving young people the opportunities to involve in a number of workshops in entrepreneurship, which we're doing this morning. We're also doing one in tourism. We're also doing one in the cultural industries. And we're doing one also in terms of greening.
And Mr. Hunt says officials intend to listen to the youth as they express their concerns through the open mic sessions on the social issues affecting them.
We will be taking notes and so on in terms of the outcomes of these events, and this will form parts of our policy initiatives going forward. I think one of the things that we are doing now in the ministry is that we have changed our whole paradigm around in terms of not having programs that are top down, but we are going to the bottom and developing our programs bottom up. And one of the strategies that we're also using, which work very well for us today, is to work with the developmental partners like the IDB and other groups, like what is coming out of the Initiative for the Youth Talk, for example, is coming from a young entrepreneur, Miss Sherry Pollard. And we have taken that initiative on board, and we're actually helping her to develop that.
Now, the Carifesta Youth Village will be open daily from 9 in the morning until 6:30 in the evening. It will climax with a multi-art showcase on August 25th at the Queen's Park Steel Shed. And patrons enjoying the Carifesta events can be assured their safety is being looked after. Culture Minister Stephen Lashley told the press that all events will be policed and a robust security plan will protect locals as well as visiting neighbours.
Well, the Royal Barbados Police Force is actually the agency, along with its partners, fully responsible for security. We did a very extensive brief, but in a nutshell, the police, working with its various support agencies, will be providing the necessary security for the festival. They have assured that those systems are in place. And they're not unlike other major events, particularly, for example, we would have hosted other events, Forumic and others, World Cup. And the level of security will be extremely high and tight for Carifesta.
Regional delegations flying in for Carifesta have experienced some difficulty because of Tropical Storm Harvey. Festival Director Andrew Wells explained the situation during a press conference yesterday evening.
There are some groups who, because of the weather system, were stranded, where flights that they were waiting to board actually were cancelled because of the inclement weather system that was heading hard towards Barbados. There are some groups out of Jamaica. Jamaica's delegation, some are on the ground, but there were others coming in a staggered way, and others who have, and some of them have been stuck in Jamaica and on standby, hoping to get on other flights or rescheduled flights. Some delegates on their way from Suriname had to overnight in Trinidad because the connecting flights again were cancelled.
And while some groups have had setbacks, she said most of them have arrived safely.
The delegation from Antigua is on the ground. The majority of the delegation from Haiti is on the ground. I would say about 85% of our expected participants are here or have called to say that they are coming on delayed flights. So people are still very, very enthusiastic about the festival, and they're not letting Harvey stop their plans. Delay them maybe, but not stop them.
We take a break now, but coming up, some good news for some St. Peter residents.
Carifesta for you, Carifesta for me. From August 17th to 27th, the best of the Caribbean's performing arts will come alive at the amazing Carifesta 13 Barbados. So be a part of 10 days of amazing events, including signal events in dance, literary arts, and visual arts, the Carifesta Film Festival, the Youth Village at BCC, spectacular opening and closing ceremonies, and much more. Get your ticket for your favorite event online at carifesta.net or at ticketlinks.com and at all approved Carifesta box offices. This is Carifesta 13 Barbados. Be a part of it. Carifesta 13 Barbados.
The globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemicals. GHS. Be careful. Read the label. It's safety awareness for all people. Be careful and read the label. Safety while using chemicals is our goal. Global labeling, communicating safety information to you. So read your label and please be sure before you board. The globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemicals. GHS.
Welcome back. Well, homeowners in Roundy Town, St. Peter, may soon have the option of purchasing the tenantry land that they live on. This announcement came from Attorney General Adria Brathwaite after touring the flood-ravaged area following the passage of Tropical Storm Harvey.
Most of them need long-term solutions, and we're going to have to send in our team from rural and welfare and make a determination as to how we can render further assistance long-term. If you look at the houses to my right, from what I've been told, it's a tenantry. Most of them will like to purchase their homes. For whatever reason, it's not been completed as yet. So we need to look to see how we can assist them in that regard, and at the same time help them with the housing and stuff.
The Attorney General was joined by Housing Minister Dennis Kelman as he spoke with several affected residents in the St. Peter district. Minister Kelman has pledged to fast-track the bill to facilitate the process, which he says was approved by Cabinet 2 weeks ago.
What we will also do, now that it has passed cabinet, I will try to get the leader of government business to put it on the agenda for the first sitting in September so that we can complete the acquisition.
Some sad news now. Barbadians from all walks of life turned out at the St. Michael's Cathedral this morning to pay their final respects to its former dean, the Very Reverend Dr. the Honorable Frank Marshall. He died earlier this month, ending over 45 years of dedicated service as an Anglican priest.
The hundreds in this morning's congregation represented a fraction of the many lives Dean Marshall touched. Among them, top government officials, union leaders, and entertainers. Delivering the sermon, the Very Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Gibson stressed the late Dean served the church, his family, and his country outstandingly.
During the early 1990s, when there were challenges to the national economy, and when government and Labour were at loggerheads, it was Dean Frank, among a group of other conscientious clergy, who intervened and set the stage for further dialogue between government and Labour. Perhaps the timing of his death could send a prophetic signal across the land.
Meanwhile, his nephew, Parry Marshall Jr., described his uncle as one of the wisest men who treated people equally.
He saw the dreadlock guy as another human being, the bad-behaved boy as someone's son, the lady on the street with a filthy tongue as someone's daughter. He never discriminated against anyone. They were all deserving of the love that each human being is entitled to, the same love that God has imparted upon us all.
Despite retiring in 2015, the late Dean remained quite active.
Subsequent to retiring from his formal duties as Dean of the St. Michael Cathedral and All Angels, Dean Frank's desire was to counsel the youth of our nation. His passion for family and this nation led him to assume the role as counselor to students who found themselves in unfortunate situations. Dean Frank commenced his stint in this capacity at the Charles F. Broome Memorial Primary School, where he counseled several students who were experiencing some behavioral challenges, and was also slated to assist in the same capacity with the Power of Choice initiative launched at the school.
Anglican Bishop of Barbados, Dr. John Holder, expressed his condolences to the family during the service. The late Dean was laid to rest in the St. Stephen's Churchyard. May he rest in peace.
We take a break now, but when we return, Sean Green has a full sports package with the gory details of another West Indies defeat.